Hi everyone. Once again, I've just come up with a bit of a game that focuses on developing number sentences, mental computation skills, just the ability to see numbers in flexible ways. Some people have asked me why you're doing a lot of similar things. Well, I have this belief that with my own kids last year that one child said to me, if I don't get it one way, at least you're providing us with different ways of understanding things. And I found that by providing lots of opportunities to learn the same skills, it increases the kids' ability to explore different ways. So it works with my kids and it works with me, so that's why I keep doing it. So this one, and once again, coming up with a name is the hardest thing, and this sort of just came to me today as I was out riding my bike of all places, and I just call it Surprise Me. And that's the hardest part of these clips, is coming up with some sort of a name. What do you need? And as with all of my games, I try to get by on just simple things that are readily available, especially at home. Cards, good quality playing cards, of course. Pencil and paper, or just these whiteboards are great. And just stuff that parents and families can have, and also in your classroom, things that you can quickly just grab and get started. So, Surprise Me. I'll show you what it looks like on the whiteboard, and then I'll give you a bit of a demo with some options. But here's what we'll do. So first of all, with my cards, just imagine these are playing cards here, and I just turn over 3 cards, and just say, for example, there's a 4. I've taken out all the picture cards. I'll leave the 10s in. The aces can be 1. I've got a 4, a 6, and let's go a 9. So I have got 1 minute to come up with some sort of an equation using the 4, the 6 and the 9. I can't change the order, and I put my answer there. So I have about a minute, so just give me a second to think, and I won't take a whole minute because you'll probably turn off by now. 10. I'm going to just do that. So I've had 1 minute to come up with something. Then I show it to my teammate, partner, opponent, and once again the focus isn't on winning, it's about just seeing who can make up combinations of things. So my partner has now got 1 minute or less to figure out, he used the 4, he used the 6, and he used the 9, and he got an answer of 1. So straight away they're probably thinking, well, couldn't have added them all together because look at how small that answer is. Could he have multiplied them? Could he have added and subtracted some? Once again, if you play this with some of the younger children, they'll generally just go to addition examples. But then as they get older and display more capabilities, they'll mix the operations up. So my partner says, here's what I think you did. I think you said 4 plus 6. Well, that makes 10. Then you took away 9. I'm doing this upside down. And that gave you an answer of 1. And I'll say, yep, you got it. You got it. And if you can just make up different rules or different procedures. If my opponent, partner, whatever, I don't like using the word opponent because we want to be working together. If my partner got it right in under the minute, they get 1 point. If unfortunately they might not get it in that minute, I get the 1 point. It's different rules for different schools. So once again, if they're discussing what they did, and like I might have got it completely wrong as I did it too. So my opponent, partner might say, no, actually, here's what the answer would be if you did that. So there's a lot of discussion that I'd encourage, and rather than the focus being on winning, it's about the sharing. So that's just the very simple way of doing it. Now, and I've smudged this on the other side, please forgive me. You could take it up a level. So I might do something like this. Let me just put some numbers in here. I brought a 2, a 6 and a 3, a 5, a 1 and a 7. So we're sort of playing 2 rows, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use either this one or that one to come up with a solution there. And my partner will try and find out which one that I used. Let me just see. Once again, I'm just going for, this is obviously for the high kids. I could have just added them all. I could have added them all. I could have done this, take away that, plus that. I could have done this times this, take away that, whatever. So I've got an answer of 45. So straight away, my partner would be thinking, I think there might, just by adding, you wouldn't get an answer like that. So there must be some multiplication. And once again, I'll just give it away. Hope I remember what I did. I said 5 plus 1 makes 6. 6 times 7 equals 42. So if my partner can get that in a minute or less, they get a point. If not, I get a point. Now, there's lots of different ways of changing this. Bear with me while I just clean my board. In a previous clip, I talk about the flour principle. Now, this flour is as rough as a dog's breakfast. Here we go, bear with me. There we go. For those playing at home, that's a flour. Okay, here, there's the game we just played. There's the core of it. There's surprise me. Surprise me doesn't have to be just that way of playing it. What are some modifications that you might come up with? Talk with your kids, talk with your class. You might have different ways of scoring it. I like to keep the cards in the same order, not mixing them up. But just some ideas that came to mind when I was doing this morning. You might increase it to 4 cards. You might decide to do use blank cards and write fractions on them. 1/4, 1/2, 2/8, whatever, and come up with different ways of coming up with equations. You could use 2-digit numbers, and that way you could use blank cards, write a 2-digit number. So you might have a 12, this is upside down again, and a 15, and something else. So you could change it to suit. The blank cards are really good. You can just do it on the whiteboard. You might not even want to use cards. You might just want to use the whiteboards. So that's the flour principle. So all the different ways that you come up with, you could write them in there and write another way of playing it there, another way. This could be a class display. So, okay, we're going to play the flour principle today, kids. They can have a look at it. They might want to play it just the usual way, or they might want to incorporate some of the different ways, and they might come up with further petals. So, I explain this again in particular because of a message I got from a class and a teacher last Friday. Hello, Kate, and your grade 5-6 class down Werribee Way. Hello to all of you. This is for you. Give it a go. Come up with some other ways of changing it, and you'll see below in the comments box, you put some comments in there about how you changed it, and you're spreading the word, you're helping other people. So the more ideas we get, the merrier. So that's how we play Surprise Me. I'll show you a very quick demo with the real cards in a moment. So I hope you enjoy it. I'd love to get some feedback from you to see how you go with it. So Surprise Me. Make sure you do. Cheers. So here's a quick way of how to play Surprise Me. Start with the cards, once again, high quality cards. I'll put 3 cards out. 1, 2, 3. So in this order, 2, 3, 7. I've got about 1 minute to make up something, and I'm going to put the answer here. If I use 2, 3, and 7, once again, for some of the real lower grades, you could just use 2 cards. They could add, subtract, maybe multiply, who knows. Let's see. I'm just going to say 35. Okay, whoever I'm playing against, could be anyone, has to think, well, how did he use in this order a 2, a 3 and a 7 to get 35? 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 7 is 12. No. So there must be some multiplication in there to get a number that high. Did he say 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 take away 7? Well, you can't do that. So you're ruling out, and it's got, I call this thinking out loud. And even when you say that, get the kids to do it, it helps you to learn their thinking process. What if I said 2 plus 3? Well, that's 5. 5 times 7. There we go. 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. If I do it in under a minute, I get a point. If I don't, my opponent gets the point. Likewise, I could do the same thing again and put out, the right number of cards would be handy. Here we go. So I make an equation. It might be using these 3 cards, it might be using these 3, and I put it there. So my opponents have to think, well, how did he use these 3 to get that, or did he use these 3? So it just increases the complexity. What's to stop you from going another row? Just makes it more challenging. And once again, the kids will know when they're ready to do this. We can use 4-digit numbers. That's really taking it up a few levels. Anyway, that's how you play Surprise Me. Hope it works for you. Cheers.